We called up Dick Clark. We happened to tell Dick Clark about Jane passed away. Oh my God.
Jane, their protector and champion, was dead.
We had a little ceremony. All of us was there, and that was it. We cried in our bedroom. Dick Clark sent us a sympathy card. Your sister is now an angel, like I told you over the phone, girls. She's now an angel down and looking at you, girls, watching over you, watching every move and watching every step that you take. So she's in your heart. And we said, yep.
Once again, Flo and Kay faced an uncertain future.
It changed everything about Flo and Kay, at least their environment for them. Suddenly that security, the younger sister who had protected them their whole life, was gone.
Flo and Kay stayed on with Jane's husband Frank, but that was only ever going to be a temporary solution. Frank wanted them to move back up north to live with their brother Tommy and his wife Adrienne.
Tommy's their brother. It's a family. You know, you got to take care of your family. You man up and take care of your family, boy.
I received a phone call that if we did not take them, he was putting them in a home, and I panicked.
I had to threaten him. I said, listen, you got to come get the twins. He didn't want to take them.
Flo and Kay were forced to leave behind the life they loved in Florida and head back to New Jersey, where fresh troubles lay in wait for them.
I didn't think these girls would be a problem at all until they moved in.
Adrienne, their brother's wife, found it difficult to adapt to life with the twins.
When you're around them long enough, they wear you down.
Flo and Kay are who they are, and there's no changing them. They're unique, and they have obsessions, they have compulsions, but that can make it difficult for some people just because they are so determined to go about their routines, and it can, to some people, it can be disrupting. You know, where do they go? Where do they end up? And who is going to best be able to care for them? Not only make it easier for the family, but make it easier for Flo and Kay, and that concerns me.
Over the years, Dave Wagner has maintained close contact with Flo and Kay.
When I did some news stories on them, they were thrilled, and I think part of that was it was the first time really in their life that anybody had publicly acknowledged that they were special, that they were unusual and had these amazing gifts. I think that meant a lot to them, and I don't think they had gotten a lot of that in their lives.
We met our favorite celebrity, Dick Clark.
Whenever I see them or talk to them, it's like I had just seen them the day before. We just pick up from there. They're a lot of fun.
There's my look, honey. Oh, nice.
How are you? How do you like your hair?
Not better. Nice. Yeah, we had to dye job a little.
It looks pretty good.
Today, Dave has a surprise for Flo and Kay.
I promised Flo and Kay that I would one day take them to California to see Dick Clark. Dick Clark, the man they describe as their personal savior.
Oh, my God. Oh, oh, that was a surprise.
So I'm making good on that promise.
A lot has happened to the twins in the 13 years since they met Dick Clark, but they've always felt very close to him. He's always been their source of strength. And it's a dream come true to actually be going to meet him again. Before going back to California, Dave is going to take them back to the place where they were happiest, Tampa Bay, Florida.
Q105.
Oh, hi, Barbara Ford. How are you doing?
Hey, doing great. What are you up to?
Well, we're in Florida doing our documentary.
Hey, Flo, how you doing?
Hi, nice to see you both again. Welcome to my weather center.
I have to tell you.
Oh my God.
It's been so long.
I am Barbara Ford. How are you doing?
Flo and Kay have missed the friends and local celebrities who were so essential to their routines when they lived in Florida.
This is what we call major fun. It gets us uppity and it gets us peppy. We're peppy.
They call in at their favorite restaurant where their sister Jane used to work.
Girls, look at you. Oh, I'm gonna cry. Look at you. You guys look.
Janie passed away.
I know, I almost had a heart. Give me a kiss. Oh, You girls look good.
You haven't changed a bit.
Want something to drink?
Yeah, we're gonna have coffee. Yeah,
Okay. God, I love you. Let me get you something to drink.
Pretty exciting, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Flo and Kay check out the menu they remember so well.
You guys remember the last time you had an omelet here?
That was Thursday, May 25th, 1995.
When was the last time you had veal marsala here?
Oh, it was one of the days on Jenny was birthday. It was September the 2nd, 1997.
What about spaghetti and meatballs?
It was August the 24th, 1992. Ham and cheese omelet. Sounds good.
Wherever they go, people can't resist testing their amazing savant skills.
When's my birthday?
July 3rd.
What year?
1954.
I ain't seen you girls in how long?
September 17th.
Oh, Hurricane Gordon.
Maureen and Tony's anniversary?
August 3rd, 1979.
Before flying off to California to see Dick Clark, last stop for Flo and Kay is their nephew Frank's house.
I got all your records. They're still here. You guys can have them.
It reminds us of our olden days where we were little girls, too. We always used to collect records. Oh, look. Oh! To Catherine Best Wishes. Envelope, Dick Clark. We call this major fun. Yes, this is some experience for us. It feels so good to be back here in sunny Florida.
Their time in Florida is over.
We have to get up tomorrow at 5 o'clock and go on a plane.
They're at the airport to take a flight to California to meet the man they've idolized for a lifetime. The man they think of as their father. The man they've described as their personal savior. Dick Clark. Back in New Jersey, Adrienne and the twins' brother Tommy are seeking help.
You have now two young ladies in your family, and I'm sure that they're pretty persistent in some of their issues and their interests.
That's a polite way of putting impossible. Yes.
Do you find that...
Dr. David Holmes, who specializes in the problems faced by families with autistic children, meets Adrienne and Tommy to work out some kind of future for Flo and Kay.
You can't be the sole caregiver 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. That is absolutely a formula for disaster. And I hear it in your voice right now. It's like you're on the edge and saying, that's about as much as I have time or energy for. They're here with you because they can't live in Florida by themselves, correct?
Absolutely, yeah.
So,
they would prefer to be in Florida.
Of course, but they don't have the capacity to do that.
Yeah.
But under the current circumstances, this is not going to be tenable forever. And Tom, you probably know that. I mean, Adrienne's in tears, and she's saying, you know, the weight of the needs of your sisters is really hard on her. Let's just do something about that. Let's do it now before we have to do it. See, if you wait until you have to do it, then you don't have any choices. Let's get them into a place of their own. They're going to be treated more like adults as opposed to, 53 or 54-year-old little girls that need to be watched after.
He feels that he promised his mom that he would never put them away.
I tell you, Mom would say, Tom, that's a brilliant idea. You're going to get them a place of their own?
Not my mom.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't mean sending them to some large institutional setting or even to some large agency that will take them out of a community. It'll be someplace proximal to where you live. Mm-hmm. And it'll be a nice apartment situation, and there'll be staff that will rotate in and rotate out. Most important thing is to train them to live independently.
It's clear that crisis awaits Flo and Kay on their return from California. But for now, they're looking forward to seeing Dick Clark, maybe for the last time.
The only reason why we came out here to see Dick Clark and his wife Terry and the dogs.
They have watched Dick Clark since they were little girls. They have kept track of everything in his life. Dick Clark has kind of been their almost televangelist, almost like a religious figure to them. And this is an opportunity for them to see him face to face.
But before going to see Dick Clark, the twins stop off at the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
The Jacksons are related to Dick Clark.
Hey.
Phooey.
They've arrived at Dick Clark's shrine.
There's Dick Clark's star. There he is. Oh, Janie, if Janie was here, she would have loved it.